Hey YouTube, doing a review of my favourite of figures of the Return of Marvel Legends Wave 1, and it's Thor. I know he doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure part, but he is still my favourite figure. He's a must-have out the line. And again, I know he's a repaint of the San Diego Comic-Con, but I don't have that, so this was a must-have. He's a brilliant, brilliant figure. He is massive. I can't remember whose review I watched, but I watched someone's review of Terrax. And they were complaining, saying that he's not a very good Build-A-Figure because Thor, who's a standard figure, is the same size as him. And yeah, he's probably about right. This guy's a little bit taller, but they're about the same. But that's not to say that Terrax is a small Build-A-Figure. He's not a huge Build-A-Figure, but Thor is a massive figure. I mean, you stand him next to Red Hulk, and he's, you know, the same sort of size. I know the Hulk's a bit wider, but this guy is brilliant, brilliant scale. You know, he can easily face off with Hulk and have a nice fight and win, because he's the good guy. And a god, obviously. The detail on him is brilliant. The sculpt is outstanding. The face is just superb. Got nice kind of bluey silver eyes, got the wings on his helmet. His hair's sculpted nicely. One thing that they're doing that I've noticed, they did the same with Hope. Like his cape, kind of windswept, swooshing off to one side. His hair, and they did the same with Hope, kind of whooshes off to the same side as well, which is nice attention to detail. The arms and the legs have got this kind of armoured clothing. I don't really know what you call it, but it is sculpted. Each of these squares is sculpted. It's not just like a paint app. It's brilliant. You got these bits, they've got sculpted details, you've got a sculpted strap. I mean, it's an outstanding figure, and it's a huge figure. I mean, if I put him up against, like, Ultimate Captain America, he towers above him. He is just huge compared to him. And even Steve Rogers, where is he? He's a big figure in this line. He's, you know, taller than the average. He still just towers above him, so that's good. The hammer, Thor's hammer, is just amazing. It's probably the biggest hammer that the Marvel Legends figures have had for Thor, and it's sculpted so brilliantly. I mean, you got the strapping going down the handle. You can see where it's been in battle. I mean, obviously it hasn't. It's only a little toy, but you get what I mean. Articulation wise, his head has not got a huge amount. You know, you can do a 360, very little bit of up and down, but he's got a lot of hair. So ball jointed shoulders, he's got the bicep twist, he's got a single jointed elbow, but a decent range of movement, and it's the hidden kind of twist. His hands twist, and a floppy wrist. I'm really liking the ab articulation that they're putting on these figures. You get a nice range of movement, and it doesn't distract from the sculpt of the figure, so that's good. Ball jointed hip, twist in the thigh, double knee joints, which is always good. We like double knee joints, and a decent range in the foot. The cape's a hard plastic, but it doesn't get in the way of any articulation. It looks good. I mean, I've got some like flight stands, and you have him in his flighty pose, and it looks good. It looks like the wind's flowing through his cape. And if all of that wasn't enough to make you absolutely love this figure, then, you know, he fights. He's a superhero. He's got his big hammer. Great, he can hold it, and he can, you know, wield it for a battle. But the Avengers aren't always fighting. Sometimes they just stood around. You know, Captain America, when he's having a coffee and a chat with Steve Rogers, he can put his shield on his back. So they have to carry that around, and he's like, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Thor? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. And they can have a chat. What's Thor doing? He's got to carry his hammer around everywhere? No longer does he have to carry his hammer around everywhere, or just leave it randomly. I love this. This bit here, you carefully, because you don't want to break it, which I'm sure you will happen if you take it on and off too much. But you unclip that, and then he's got the little thing there. Put it on. I'm sure you've seen this before, but I was so impressed with it. and then pop it back in, and then he's got somewhere to store his hammer. And it goes all the way around the back, so if you want it completely out of sight, you can put it around the back there. You can have it just resting down at his side. Brilliant. It's just such good attention to detail. And then, Steve Rogers can come along. Hey, did you catch the game last night? No, I didn't. I was busy being a god. But you get what I mean. I just love this figure. It is one of my most favourite Marvel Legend figures I've ever had. It's just outstanding. If you haven't picked this one up because he hasn't got the Terrax piece, don't be silly. Go and pick this figure up. He is brilliant. I picked up pretty much all of my new Marvel Legends figures from Kapow Toys. KapowToys.com. They've got, I believe they've still got all of this first wave in stock. Very reasonably priced. They're not charging ridiculous eBay prices for them. They've got the second wave coming in the next couple of weeks. I was chatting to them yesterday, and apparently the second wave of Marvel Legend figures aren't being released in the UK because they don't want them to clash with the release of the Spider-Man figures that are coming out with the movie and all the Avengers stuff, I guess, which is ridiculous. So you're going to find a lot of the second wave of Marvel Legend figures on eBay for really high prices. But speaking to Kapow Toys yesterday, they said they're going to do their best to keep the prices down and not charge these overpriced prices. So fingers crossed. Check them out. Keep an eye. KapowToys.com. Very nice people. Send them an email. They'll help you out with whatever you're looking for. I promise I don't work for them. So yeah, there we go. That is Marvel Legends, the new Marvel Legends, Thor. An amazing must-have figure. Go and check it out. Pick him up. And there we go. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.